Oh, yeah. Got a good one here tonight. Can't wait to tell you about it. So here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a long time. I know I say this all the time, but probably the longest time between videos. And good reason, I guess. A lot of work. Crappy weather. Nothing to talk about. Nothing to brag about. A couple of indoor sessions at Golf Cave nearby. Last one I went on my own real quick, just a quick 1 hour. Played I tried Pinehurst 2, but I played a different course. Just got back from a little mini vacation down in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Went to go see the Roanoke Maroons down in at the Hampton Sydney Invitational at Foxfire Village, North Carolina. They did very well. This is their best finish for Roanoke, the A team and the B team, both in the top 10. Roanoke A in 4th, Roanoke B in 6th, plus 32 for A, plus 38 for B. Top 10 finish, I think it's the best finishes I've been following this team. Andrew, the first day, plus 5. Bogeys, a double, a triple, 2 triples. Yeah, really kicked them in the butt. Finished with a plus 5. Came back round 2. Man, this kid started off with a bogey. 2 bogeys through 3. And then just lit it up after that. Birdie, another bogey. So he finished plus 1 in the front. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 birdies in the back. Minus 4 for the back. Minus 3 for the round. 69. Like Ronnie the limo driver. 69. But yeah, man, he was happy. He played very well. Shot very well. His putting, that's has been his weakness. It's always been his Achilles heel, as they say. But yeah, he put that together on Monday or Tuesday. Put it together for a nice little round there. He finished tied 13th overall. Shout out to the rest of the guys. Brett, Will, Ryan, Sam, Sean, Nick, my man Nick, big Knicks fan. Chase, met his parents, Connor, Quinn, who else? Oh, and Bond's parents, Ryan's parents, always friendly people. Met Sam's parents for the first time. Good group of kids, all level-headed. Coach Abdi, the new assistant coach, Kirsten, I want to say Kirsten. I forget. My bad if I'm messing up the name. But yeah, always a good time to see those guys. Shout out to Brett, got me good. Good one, buddy. Beautiful weather too. I froze my ass off on Monday. I left the hotel, no hoodie, no quarter zip, nothing. I'm like, it's gonna warm up. Should warm up pretty soon. Wrong. Fucking tea time, 8:45. I'm like, all right, I'm good. And it was up and down. It got chilly, got cold, it got warm, it got cold again. Cold for the most of the morning, like the last hour of the round when the sun came out and it started heating up. By then I was so over it. I was done. I was frozen. Yeah, that sucked. That was my mistake. I fucked up. Tuesday, I had my hoodie on. I had my windbreaker on. I wasn't gonna, even if I got hot, I kept it on a little bit longer than I wanted to. But eventually took it off. But it warmed up nicely on Tuesday. They finished the round and they took off. They went back to their school. So now for the good part. My round, my golf, my trip down to Pinehurst. Yeah, it was nice to see my kid. Nice to see him again. But I selfishly made it about me that week all those few days. We left here Saturday afternoon, a little bit later than I wanted to. But stuff we couldn't avoid, we had to do before we left. So we hit the road down in North Carolina around midnight, a little bit after midnight, maybe closer to 1. Go to bed, straight to bed. I knew I had an early tea time Sunday at Tobacco Road on 7:36 Sunday morning. So I knew I'd check into the hotel, quick wash up, and straight to bed. And put my alarm for 5:30, I think it was. 5:15. And I'm losing an hour on top of this. So that part sucked. So I got like a 4 hours sleep or nap. I woke up. Wife drove me to pick up Andrew because they were going to spend the morning together. I get dropped off at Tobacco Road. It wasn't one of the Pinehurst courses. There was no. I wanted an early tea time, early. Get it over with, play, and then spend the rest of the day with my wife and Andrew. Tobacco Road is one of these courses I've always heard about, like Facebook groups and shit. All these guys all talk about if you can't get on Pinehurst, play these other courses. And Tobacco Road stood out, and I looked up a bunch of courses, a bunch of tea times for the Sunday morning. Tobacco Road had the earliest one available. I took it. And I get dropped off a little before 7 a.m. It's dark. It's pitch dark. It's in the middle of the fucking woods, this clubhouse. There's no lights leading you up the driveway, nothing. The only light you see is the actual clubhouse. And my wife's like, is this the place? Is this it? Is this right? I'm like, I don't know. GPS borders here. It's what it says. Couldn't really see the sign for it either. It wasn't on. At the big, tall supermarket light. It reminded me of the Bucky sign. Big circle with Tobacco Road on it. You can't see that at night or early in the morning before sunrise. So we go in. I get dropped off. Me and Andrew go in there. He a little shopping. He picks what he wants. He leaves. Now I'm get dropped off. I get taken to the cart barn or wherever the carts are being staged. I jump out of the cart that drove me there, jump into my cart. Kid must have looked like he was 8 years old. A big southern accent. Hey, where you from? You been here before? I'm like, nah, man, first time here. From New Jersey. My son's playing college tournament. He's like, where at? Foxfire. He was like, oh, I was there yesterday. Sounded like he was fucking 65-year-old old man talking to me and giving me the welcome speech. Welcome, have fun, blah, blah, blah. Any questions, feel free to ask, all this good stuff. I'm like, where's the range? Where's the first hole? And it's kind of guiding me in the dark. I'm still in the dark. It must be a little bit after 7, quarter after 7, maybe 7:20 by now. And I go, it's dark. You see the row of the mats and the ball boxes, but you can't see 5 feet out in front of you. You don't know where the hell these balls are going. So I'm stretching. So my stretches, grab a pitching wedge and just shanked a couple. And there's other guys there too. I'm not the only one. Like I might have been the first one at the cart range, at the cart place. But when I got to the range, there was already like 2 guys already there hitting balls. And they're talking about how dark it is. They can't see where the ball's going. I show up. Good morning, guys. Yeah, everybody's friendly down south. So I'm like, I join in and I'm like, hey, good morning, guys. Nothing. I ain't get shit back from these motherfuckers. So I'm like, fuck it. All right, mind my own business. Go pick a spot, do my stretching, hit some balls, move up into my pitching wedge, my 7, my 5, my woods, hybrids, and the driver. By the time I'm done with my driver, it's sunlight. Sun's out, foggy, little fog. Range is getting filled. People are showing up. People are playing early in the morning. I'm like, man, this place is going to be busy. A little bit delay because of the darkness. So 7 o'clock, guys, don't go out to like 7:25, 7:30. So I'm like, all right. and I'm a single, and I still don't know who I'm playing with. The starter is first at the first tee box, greeting all the players, giving them his speech. He's got a nice little speech about what the course is, what this hole in front of you is about to do. Number 9 green, which you see in front of number 1, you got to go over it. And he's telling you, he's giving you his speech. It's definitely a prepared speech. He tells it to everybody. And sure enough, he tells it to that group. And 15, 20 minutes later, he's giving it to me and my group. So guys are pulling up to the one tee box. What time are you? What time are you? And everybody's trying to like find their people, who they're playing with. I guess a lot of singles, a lot of twosomes show up. Not too many foursomes showed up, except the group I was with. There were a group of 7. I was their 8th. So we get the speech. Now this fucking starter takes off to this top of a mountain because the fairway, number 1 is straight out. But you got these 2 big mounds up top. Now your fairway, your window is like this small. You gotta go through it. If you couldn't even hit it that far, some guys could just maybe lay it up and then hit through them. You know, your second shot. It was a par. Got the scorecard here. It was a par 5. So you could try to, if you had the length, go through between those 2 mounds or mountains, whatever they're called, and get onto the second part of the fairway and then keep going to the hole. Mr. G, come over here, follow me. These are your guys. And those guys are already on the tee box. They're goofing around. It's a group of 7. They're having fun, young kids. Turned out to be a nice group of kids I ended up playing with. Shout out to Dan, Chase, and I forgot the last guy's name. I think his name is Jack. Interesting guy. But Dan was the better one out of the 3. The other 2 played a scramble, so they played their best ball together, and those guys were a riot. And me, Mr. Mark, I believe was the starter's name. He gives us that speech. Number 1, this and that, Donald Ross, and starts dropping names. This guy did this guy did that. Number 1, if you think it's this club, it's just 2 clubs more, and it's just put shit in your head, especially that number 9 green. And he goes off like, I'm gonna go be your spotter. I'm gonna go up to the top. I'll be your spotter. I'll look at your balls. Chase and let's call him Jack, just because I think that's his name, and I'm not sure, but that's the name I got in my head. Dan, Chase, and Jack. Those 2 guys go off first. Dan fucking stripes it down the middle between those 2 mountains, and he's out. I come up, do my little routine, and hooked it to the top of the left mountain where the 9th green is, and we go up. I'm thinking I got over, or over, and then just trickle down the face of the back. And we got to the top. We ride the Chase and Jack. They walk to their ball because it's a cart path only that section of that fairway. Me and Dan go up to the cart. Mark, the starter's up there. You're over there, Dan. Mr. G, you're up there. You're up top. Bring a 6 iron. I'm like, all right, thank you. I go up, bring a 6 iron. I'm like, you know what? Let me bring a ball. I bring a ball, get up there, 6 iron. Nope, never found my ball. So I'm like, all right, here we go. Here's where the fun starts. And hit the second shot or third shot. Get back in the fairway. Get down. Fucking climbing. I'm huffing and puffing. I'm tired already. On the first hole, I'm already cardioed. My cardio for the day is in. Proceed to hit the third shot. Head into the bunkers. And that's another thing, though. These bunkers aren't bunkers down there. They're waste bunkers. You driving them, you could, what's the word I'm looking for? You could ground your club into them. It's crazy. It's something I not used to. I don't I couldn't get my head around it. We walked through them. We drove through them. Lift, smooth, and place was the wording he used for those bunkers. You were allowed to. It's too many footsteps, animal prints, cart marks, and cart tracks, and all that stuff. So he said that's when you get to a bunker, live smooth and place. You could do that. So that worked out. Get on +2. I shot a 7 there. So yeah, so off to the races we go. Dan probably parred his hole, maybe birdied it. The other two kids, they were up and down, in and out of that bunker. But yeah, it was so much fun. Beautiful course. The T markers were farming equipment tools. So there was the Ripper was the back. And the thing that was like you move it with your hand. The disc, the plow is the tees we used, the middle tees. I played at 5,800, almost 5,900 yards was my distance. I could have gone one more back for 6,300, but I figured it's my first round of the year. I'm with people. I don't know if they're good or not. I didn't know at the time that these guys were new to the game when I decided to go play with them at the plow. But I'm happy I did. The plow and something called the points, and then the forward tees are called the cultivators, all tools because they were buried into the ground. Pretty cool looking tee markers. A lot of these big bunkers. Some holes you can actually hit into them and you'll be okay, and then some holes are just gonna ruin you. They're just gonna kill you. Number 11 had a cool hole, dog leg right. A tree with a skull on it of a bull, I guess, or whatever it is. Not deer, because it only had two horns. But yeah, I'd say like a bull. Pretty cool, man. A lot of bells, a lot of blind shots for fairways and greens. You got to ring the bell to alert the group behind you that it's free. Um, yeah, I'm satisfied with the way I hit my driver. A couple of second shots, third shots I wish I could have back, especially on number 9. The old man got in my head, talked me up about you don't measure the green in yards, you measure it in stories, meaning from wherever you're at, the green is 1, 2, 3 stories high, depending where you're at. So that's the way he worded it at the start, and it gets into your head if you're one of these mid shitty golfers like myself. I of course drove that hole beautifully right down the middle. I had I had a 90 yard, 95 yard shot, and I clubbed up 2 clubs from a pitching wedge. So I was doing 8, and I flubbed it. I hit it real short, hit the face of the mountain, and trickled into the trap. Took 2 shots to get out of that trap and onto the fairway, and +2 there. So I shot a 6. That's the number 1 handicap hole, by the way. But pace of play moved very well. The boys played very well. Their friends in front of them, they're all laughing. You could hear them laughing, having a good time. But they kept them moving. But yeah, interesting group of guys. Notre Dame students, graduated a few years ago. Got to meet actual Notre Dame students. Never met anybody that went to Notre Dame. A lot of Notre Dame fans that I work with, but other than that, nobody knows what Notre Dame is besides maybe like 1 or 2 guys. But yeah, got to play with those guys. They were very cool. At the end of the round, they were having lunch. I stopped in my bag and just hit them off with a bunch of ball markers of my little only built for golf link markers. Just dropped a few on the table, choose myself to the rest of the guys I didn't play with, and just hopefully they get to watch this video apologize to Jack, if that's his name. But I asked him, "Hey, what do you do for work?" And he speaks real fast, but all I caught was like drone analytics or drone something. I'm like, holy shit, like military drones. He goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna bomb my house now just for fucking up his name. Another guy was an ophthalmologist. The other guy was a marine, which I kind of caught those marine vibes from him. He was the straight lace, no nonsense guy, Dan. Yeah, and he was the better golfer out of all of them. Cool group of kids, very nice. Have played with them, spent the afternoon with them, and yeah, can't wait to go back and do Tobacco Road. I highly recommend it. If you can't do Pinehurst, because either you can't stay there, because there's courses at Pinehurst that are only accessible to members and or guests. There are public courses, but those sell out quick. They require you to use a caddy, the bag. They on their website they got like another reason I didn't really want to go to it with the Pinehurst. They have like rules or restrictions for the bags and the weight limit. The weight limit I get like yeah, you don't want to show with a fucking 80-pound bag and have this guy have to carry it. But there's one thing that caught my attention and it said that the bag must be a single strap golf bag for the safety and for the safety of the caddy or security of the caddy, whatever. I'm like, single strap. I got, those straps that it's almost like a book bag, two straps. So I'm like, all right, another reason not to. I don't want to be the like, oh, sir, you're going to have to rent one of our bags for another $300. I didn't want to do that. So we're at Pinehurst, and I'm seeing these guys caddy coming off the green, and they all have my bag, my straps. I'm like, fuck, I could have done it. I should have done it, could have done it. And like, you know what? I'm happy with what I did, where I played Tobacco Road. Definitely a very cool experience of that course. Um, did I birdie anything? I parred 3 holes in the front, and I parred 2 holes in the back. Those are wins for me, boys. A couple of doubles. Yeah, triple was my biggest hole. My biggest, the 12th. I like what I did, hitting the ball very well off the tee. Um, very good. A few bad shots with the irons, but that's no big deal. And then the putting is just different greens out there. It's just you would try to put in your divot tool to fix the divot, and it was like you're hitting concrete. My tees weren't going into the ground as easy as I thought. That was the one thing that stood out to me in my mind. That these greens were different than what I'm used to here in Jersey. So now I'm done with my round. I get picked up. Andrew gets dropped off at his team's Airbnb because they have a practice round that afternoon. Now my wife and I go back to the room. We freshen up. We change. I change. We hit the town. We go down to Pinehurst, the village. And I put in Pinehurst on the GPS. Turns out it's the Carolina Hotel. It's the hotel where the members and guests, excuse me, guests are staying. So there's no golf there, nothing. It's just a hotel, restaurants, a bar, a couple of shops. We walk in, see a lot of history on the walls, the founding members and all that good stuff of the club, the neighborhood, the town, and we're there sightseeing. And as we're leaving, I asked the guy, "All right, where's the courts?" He goes, "It's literally a mile down this road, straight down. Can't miss it." All right, we go. It's exactly a mile down the road. Big clubhouse, brand new PGA buildings being built right on site, right in front of it. And we pull into the parking lot. We're walking, and there it is. The Cradle is there. Oh, croquet. croquet courses or croquet fields are there, which is blew my mind because there's actually people actually playing. And behind them is the Cradle, the big green putting green. There's a couple of buildings out a little further out. And 18th green for number 2 is right there in front of the restaurant. Watch a couple of players come in. So now I'm in heaven. I'm just soaking it all in. I get myself a drink, a little transfusion, get my wife a drink, and we're just sitting there, just enjoying just the sights. People walking through, people walking to the course, from the course, people are putting, people in the Cradle. And yeah, it's just golf heaven. If you're into that stuff like I am, it's just leave me there for hours and hours, just watching people play, watching people putt, coming through, walking through. It's pretty amazing place. Fancy, definitely way too rich for me. Something I couldn't never see myself ever being a member there unless I hit tonight's jackpot or tomorrow's jackpot. That'll be the first thing I do. Join Pinehurst. But yeah, man, that was very cool. Just to sit there and just soak it all in, the smells, the just beautiful place. Titleist has his own shop a couple yards away from the big building, the main building. So we walked in there, checked it out. It's a pro shop just for Titleist product, clubs, putters, all the Scotty Camerons, irons, wedges. Don't know if I saw drivers. A couple. I was disappointed with the clothing selection. Just a couple of T-shirts, weren't nothing crazy. Nothing caught my eye. Guys are getting fitted for putters. Yeah, that was very cool. It's amazing the money these companies put into this place, and it sells because there was people in there buying, people in there in and out. Very cool. People are walking around with their drinks. Nobody says, you can't come in with that. It's crazy. Very relaxed. Everybody's friendly. All that southern charm everybody talks about. Yeah, it's real. People are, maybe because they work at a fancy country club, they're friendly. But I think just in general, they were friendly people. Even like some of the members were nice. Saw Carlos Boozer walking by. He was coming off one of the holes, walking towards the parking lot. Probably in town to see the Duke UNC game the night before. His boys are playing on the Duke team. That was cool to see him walk by. Took a picture with a guy that recognized him. Back to Monday, we go have dinner. Nice little fancy steakhouse nearby. Somebody recommended. Shout out Jerry. Thank you for that recommendation. We loved it. Great place. Southern Prime Steakhouse. You guys are ever in town, like my man Jerry said, that's probably the better restaurant in town. Everything else is just okay, and I agree with him. That was a very, very good steak. So now Tuesday, we wake up a little tired. Like we told Andrew like we're not aiming for that 8:30 tea time. We'll get there when we get there. And we'll just catch up to wherever you're at. We missed his first hole, and we caught him at the second tee box, so we didn't miss much. And they're playing foursomes, and two out of three kids that he played with on Monday, he was with again on Tuesday. A kid from Denison College in Ohio, a kid from Southern Virginia, lefty, nice swing to lefty, but a bit of a hothead. I forget what school the fourth kid was on Monday, and I don't remember the Carnegie Mellon. That's where that was. Carnegie Mellon on Tuesday. Steven, his name was Steven. He tied 13th with Andrew. So Tuesday he started putting lights out. I knew he was doing better because a lot more birdies than usual. So I just kept my own little personal scorecard, and was seeing that he was playing very well that day. 69, hung around for a bit, said hello to the guys that had finished, a couple things that we had to do with Andrew before we left, and we said goodbye, and we left. We left back to the hotel. They were still there. They hit the road shortly after we left. We go back to Pinehurst, my wife and I, the clubhouse, because I had booked myself a 5:30 tea time at the Cradle. So now I'm really enjoying myself here. Again, single, 5:30. Not sure who I'm golfing with. Not sure who it's gonna be. I got my clubs in my hand. 9 pitching west down to my 58 and my putter. And I'm talking to my wife, and we're just like that scene in Casino when Joe Pesci's covering his mouth and he's talking to the other guy and like, oh, he might be a cop, might be a cop. Nah, not those guys, not those guys. That was me and my wife. Just like, oh, how about them? Think I'm gonna play with them? Like, nah. It looks like they were done for the day. How about them over there? Nah, they could be. They walked right past us. Like, nope, not them. So I watched these 3 kids turn out to be a second, a fourth, and a fifth grader. I didn't know that at the time, but I found out afterwards. I told my wife, like, watch me end up with these fucking little kids, and they're kids. They're walking towards the green. They're walking towards the the starter box for the Cradle. They're kids. The youngest one was 8. So I'm like, oh no. And the old man Ed, by the way, he the starter. Also, these starters, man, these guys all have their own little speeches. They got their little, well, oh, I love first timers. Yeah, they love to get telling you about the course, about the history of the course or wherever they're at. They love it. They love it. They enjoy it. I was like, oh, because it's your first time. And like, for all first timers, I always give this to gold, solid gold, big pause, and he pleaded. And here, signed by me, boom, pitch marker tool. So he gave me this Cradle little divot tool and the light. I got no light back there in the camera, but yeah, signs it. His name is Ed. But yeah, man, very cool. And he goes, Mr. G, these are your playing partners, and it's the kids, and it's the 2 girls and a boy. Hey guys, how are you? I'm Manny, blah, blah, blah. They give me their names. They talk about they're fairly new to the game, maybe a year or 2 under their belt, and they're still learning. So, all right, here we go. My wife's laughing at me. She's cracking up. When I reserved the tea time, I asked if she could walk with me. They were like, yes, she's welcome to walk. You could walk barefoot. You could have a drink with you. The music is playing. It's very relaxed, very casual round of a golf, 9 holes. I'm like, cool. I tell my wife, she's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I'll just let you play with whoever you're with. She sees it's these kids and she joins in. Now she's laughing at me. She's recording, taking pictures and video, but the whole time it's like, here I am. First time at the Cradle, first time at Pinehurst, a big bucket list course for a lot of people, especially for me, definitely for me. And here are these 3 kids playing with me. And I'm like, hey, buddy, hey, good shot, hey, high fives, and hey, buddy, trying to talk him up because little guy wasn't hitting it the way he wanted, so he was getting upset with himself. Like, don't worry about it. You're just learning, man. Come on, relax. You get him at the next shot. Get him at the next shot. I blast with these kids. So we got to about like 6th, 7th hole. And, hey, you guys members? He goes, yup. I'm like, oh, all right. And then the single girl that was not related to the other 2 goes, yeah, they are, but I'm not. So she made a face. So, but yeah, I guess they knew each other. They've known each other for a long time, and they've grown up together. And but yeah, the one girl was the guest of the other 2 kids. Just the boy played because the big sister was the caddy. She She just carried his bag, kept the little boy in check, make sure he didn't make a mess and wasn't goofing around. But yeah, that was my round at the cradle shot. What I shoot? I added it up earlier because I forgot. I got to my car, just dumped my clubs. Yeah, man, this is nice. This is the scorecard for the cradle. The yardages in the back, they're printed, but they it changes because the starter says they laser them every morning. The yardages change every day, and they're actually the actual yardage is put on the T marker on the number one mark. Every marker has a every hole has a marker and the name of the hole and the yardage for that day. So there's no need to bring a rangefinder because that number that's posted is the number to the pin. I shot a 33. I shot a 33. I birdied one. I birdied number 8, which is playing 89 yards that day. And it's 80 on paper, but 89 that day. If very very cool experience. Would definitely go back. If Andrew gets to go back next year with his team, and he qualifies to make that tournament again, honestly, I'll go. Even if he doesn't, I'll go. uh, yeah, man, very cool. A little beef with the times at Pinehurst. We asked the hostess, "Hey, what time is the restaurant closed tomorrow?" She told us 8. We show up that day around 6:15. We close at 6. I'm like, all right. So we leave. We had to go get lunch somewhere else or dinner somewhere else. The last day we were there, big signs everywhere. Pro shop closes at 8. I play the cradle. I have a drink afterwards. I chill. I sit on a chair, just enjoying the atmosphere. Nice weather we were having that day. It's like 10 after 7. Let's go to the pro shop one more time and then let's go home. Let's go start getting ready to leave in the morning. Nope, doors are closed. 7 o'clock in the dot, they close the doors. These motherfuckers. Probably a sign that I shouldn't be buying more shit, but it'd be nice to like just browse one more time before we hit the road. You know, that last little purchase, a sticker or a marker or a ball or something would have been nice. But you know what? I'm okay with that part. I'll get them next time when I go back. Hopefully next year. But yeah, definitely Pinehurst is gonna be our go-to trip if we the team does go back there next year, or Andrew makes that qualifying to qualify for that tournament. Definitely going there next year. And yeah, that's it. That's my Pinehurst trip. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. You gotta go play golf. If you can't get on the Pinehurst course, there's a lot of good ones around. Whispering Pines, Southern Pines, Mid Pines, Pine Needles, Whistling Needle, bunch of shit out there. Tobacco Road, I picked. Tylermore's another popular one. Yeah, guys, highly recommend it. You guys should do it. Let me know if you do. Let me know if you have. If you gone already in the past, any more feedback you could add. That's it, guys. Have a good night. Take care. Peace.